Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa. Today I'm going to show you an ephemera holder that I'm going to create for some of my circles that I have been kind of showing in some videos recently. They are fun. I've definitely been having fun using them on a couple different things. So I wanted to make a holder for them. You'll see in the beginning part of the video how I held them. You know, I had them in a basket and binder clips, and it was awful. So now I have them all in this lovely book here. Also at the end of the video, I'm going to say how I am not going to decorate this cover because I wasn't sure that this is all the stuff that was going to live in here. But once I put my circles in here, I said, yeah, this is the folder for them, and I'm just going to decorate it. So I ended up putting a couple of the circles that are supposed to be in here, and a couple other items. Stamping, used my DIY washi tape that I created myself, some other stamps and things like that. So, all right, so during the video I'll show how I created it with the binding on the outside, some washi tape to cover up the seams. The papers that I used were from the rest of these. I'll explain how that works, but I have not filled it up fully. I had made this center part bigger, that in future if I had some bigger items I can put in, but I do have some of my circles in there. These clocks that are very cool are in there because they're a little bit bigger, 3-inch and 2-inch pockets. And then I'll open one side at a time because I don't know if it's going to show in the video, but here is the inside. Angels sing. Of the ephemera holder with my circles, my gauges and my milk caps and my toy spinners and my dial tones, rotary dials, and then on this side it holds my bigger dials and gauges, some soda milk tabs. These are all the spools, like the end of thread spools, and then those are both the soda ones right there. I printed them all on a little bit heavier cardstock, so they fit in here great, and I'm able to see a little bit more of how I had them color-wise. Like if I'm looking for something that's, you know, brown or green or something, I can actually see a little bit more color, fish through it versus how I had them before, and I'll show you in the video that comes up. So yes, this was quite fun to make. I think I'll probably end up making some more similar to these for possible items like mushrooms or birds or flowers or stuff like that, because it's nice to be able to just open it up and see everything at a glance. So I love it. All right, well, here is the video, and it shows you how I do it. So thanks for watching. Okay, so you have seen the finished product, and I am going to show how we got to that. Hopefully at the end I said it was really easy, but I think it will be, so shouldn't be too bad. All right, so what I've taken is these double-sided cardstock, not scrap paper, harder cardstock. These are 8.5 by 12. They were 12 by 12 sheets. I had used them a couple videos ago. There's the 2 sheets. I cut 3.5-inch strips to make my fold over secret pocket, secret journal squares a couple videos ago. So this was what was left from them, 8.5 by 12. So I figured might as well use it this size to make the book, because why waste the paper? All right, so now they are weird sides because I cut them this way to make the other foldovers look good. So technically they are going to be sideways, but since they're going to be pockets and filled with stuff, I was not too upset with it. And plus, if I wanted to, by the time it's said and done, decorate it, then these are not what you would want to call busy to decorate. So, all right, so what I've done so far that I will not show on video is I took the 8.5 by 12 and I scored it. Let me grab my scoreboard here. And the reason I didn't do it is kind of hard because I do not have a long enough scoreboard to do this. What I did was I scored it. Half would be 6, so instead of, I originally scored it at 6, but I decided I wanted to have a spine. So instead of scoring it as 6, the next time I make one of these, because I'll probably make one for all my other stuff at some point, is score it 2 lines, which is a 1/4 inch before the 6 and 2 lines after the 6. You can see like I'm just short to go down, so I had to score it and then shimmy it up and finish scoring it. So in the end, there is the spine. The other thing that I did off camera was I did put some washi tape, glued it down to where I had originally put a center fold, and I unfortunately had done it with both. There's technically is a center fold in there, but I wanted to reinforce it so that hopefully it would stay a little bit more spine-like, so that when I put stuff in there, it's not folded over. All right, so I did that off the camera. Now this, I don't need the scoreboard anymore, that was just to show. This piece is the 8.5 inches tall, but it is only 4.5 inches wide. Now this was just a piece of paper I had laying around. The 4.5 inches is not a reason for it. Obviously the 8.5 tall is a reason because it matches this. So I have put a little washi on this one. I did not score it down the center, but I thought it would look nice as the spine to have that little washi. And since this is going to be on the inside and showing, I thought I would put a little bit of washi tape on this also. So I did take, and all the other ones that I washi taped, I did use my art glitter glue just to throw some on there. Make sure it stood good, stayed good. All right, so I don't know which way is really the top. I don't think it really matters. All right, so we're gonna do it this way. Now this washi is just a hair wider than my spine, but I think it'll be okay. I'm gonna snip it instead of ripping it. And I snipped it crooked. That's what happens when you try to snip it at a weird angle. Okay, that's a little better. Cut this end just up a little higher. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so like I said, it's not really meant to be anything decorative at this point. It was just to cover the area for that. So, okay. I think I'm going to use, I don't have much of my glue stick left. I got to go get some. So I think I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac to glue these backings in. So we got to figure out which one I want forward, which one I want backwards. Okay, I think I want that one on that side, words, and this one okay, we'll have their heads facing in. Okay. Such major decisions a person has to make, right? For something that's basically not going to get seen very much. Okay. Get my vellum pockets out of the way for now. Okay. All right, so we're just gonna try to get the glue as close to the edge as possible so that we make sure we glue this whole thing down. Okay. All right, so I'm going to glue it down, but you're going to make sure that it is not going to be caught in the spine. Make sure it is out just ever so slightly. Okay. All right, that looks pretty good. All right, let's get this side. Now it kind of looks a little shifty only because there's that spine is double folded, so it really is even in the end. There we go. Should have refilled my bottle. Okay. Okay, now put that one in there. Make sure that this will fold. All right. Yeah, very good. Okay. How did you get off the line? I thought I looked at you. Oh, that's because you're the front. Okay, we're good. Phew. Okay, I love this spine. Very cool. Yeah, that's going to be cool. Okay, so as you can see, look at that. It worked. So we have the thicker spine on this side. I probably could have made these maybe just the one line from the 6 instead of the 2, or made this one a hair bigger. I did do this one as a 1/2 inch spine. I forgot to say that when I was doing that piece that I cut. Let me say that now. So, like I said, I cut this at 4 1/2, and I scored it at 2 and 2 1/2. So that there was an even division, and it was just a 1/2 inch. So if I wanted to make it a little bigger, I probably could have, you know, put it out a little bit. Scoring it at 2 and 2 1/2 was an easy division when you have a 6 1/2 inch spine on there. Now, of course, this definitely could have been a smaller spine. I just really like that paper. I wanted to see more of it on there. And that was, like I said, this was the width of the piece that I had. So why cut some off? So this is going to be that size. So there we go. That is how that is going to go. Okay, let me close this up. All right, so for the vellum pockets, I started out with, I have 12 by 12 vellum sheets here. So I originally cut them down into pieces that were 6 by 6 to start, because that could fit on my bigger cutter. So after I did that, I cut some strips. Now the strips are, like I said, 6 inches wide, and I cut some that are 1.5 inches, and then I cut some that are just 1 inch. Now this is specifically for this project because as you saw in the finished video, this is for my circles that I've been using. I have them in this bin here, and it works okay. You really can't see them. I gotta take the clip off, and then I gotta go through them. So the ones that I've printed out so far are 1 inch circles and 2 inch circles. I believe those other ones are 2 inch, right? Or an inch and a half. So that's why I decided to do 1.5 inch and inch pockets, because that is what I've cut for these sizes. Now I do have a couple, one set that is 2 1/4, and I'm still thinking about putting that because I've cut enough pages for the inside, but I still have to figure out what I want to do for those pages. This side I'll probably just decorate. Won't put pockets there. But once I get these in the book, then I'll see how many more I can print to add to this book. The other thing is, like I said, I was probably going to make these for other things, maybe like birds or mushrooms or something like that, flowers. And then I could decide at that point, being what I have, you know, do I want, you know, to have 2-inch pockets or, you know, something a little deeper. But for these items specifically, this is the size I decided to do. All right, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to glue the first pocket. Then I'm going to do the rest off camera because it's going to take a while to do. Okay, so these are 6 inches. Now they are too long for the inside because once it gets folded with the spine, 6 inches ends up going into the spine, or like, it's hard to tell, but it's overlapping the spine. I don't want that. So instead of having to cut all of these down, I don't know if this is easier, but what I decided to do was score the sides so that kind of gives a little poof to the pocket. So I'm just going to score 2 lines in, which is 1/4. Now this vellum's pretty thick, so I got to rub pretty hard to get it to go. And what I'm going to do is we're going to fold this so that it has a little bit of a pocket for it. And then I'm going to go on each one and just snip the bottom so that when I glue the side, I can have glue all the way across the bottom here. So now, is this an extra step that's not necessary? For sure. If I just wanted to take it straight, cut the right size, and glue the 3 sides, totally doable. Or so. I've done that with my stamp book that I made. Even though I didn't use vellum, I used clear acetate pockets. I sewed those in. These I decided to glue in. I didn't feel like dragging out my sewing machine. So this is how I decided to go about to make the pocket for it. So let me glue this in. Oh, and I also was going to say, I have decided, let's open it from the correct side. I have decided to, I'm going to do 2 1.5-inch pockets, and then I'm going to do 1 inch and inch, so I'm going to have 4 pockets in the end. All right, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to glue the first pocket in, and then, like I said, I'll go and glue the rest off camera. So we're going to try to glue straight here. That's always a challenge. And then we're going to put some glue on these side floppy pockets. My allergies are just kicking in. Holy cow. And then we are going to do our best to glue this straight. And then, because the vellum likes to curl up a bit, each one I'm going to have to make sure I rub it so it doesn't decide to curl up. Okay. All right, so the other added thing that I've decided to do is add some washi tape to the bottom, so that it is a little extra hold for that. So I haven't decided. I like this ruler one, I like that one. We'll see what we do. So I'm gonna run a little bead of glue on the bottom. I probably put this page a little lower than I should have. A little pocket, I should say. Now, is this for strength? I'm not sure. Is it for prettiness to make it look good? For sure. All right, so we're going to take that, and we're going to rip that off, and we're just going to rub Like we're trying to get a wish out of the genie. Okay. All right, so 1.5 inch pockets. Beautiful, right? So I said I'm not sure how many I'll have to be able to stick in one, how many pockets I'll need, but you can see you can stick quite a few things in there. So yeah, fun stuff. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to glue the other pockets in there, and then I'm going to decide if I just want like 3 big or 2 inch pockets there, or what I want to do. So when I come back with that, you will see what my decision is. Okay, so I am back, and I've gotten all the pockets installed, I guess you would call it, on the inside covers. I did the 1.5 inch, 2 of those, and then 2 1-inch pieces. I still have to put the tape on this side. I think I'll probably end up doing the same here for this. So I still have to put the tape on there. I did every other one, so I'll probably just do the same on this side. And then for the outside pockets here, I decided to go with 2 pockets instead of 4. These bottom ones ended up being 3 inches, and these ended up being 2 inches. So I took some of the 6x6 squares that I cut out of the 12x12, cut the first one in half to get me 2 3-inch pockets, and then I cut the next one into 2-inch pockets, and I do have yeah, do have one left over. I was thinking about putting 2, but then the top one would have been sticking out the top, so it was just kind of silly. So I just went with 2 bigger ones for this. So I have the last pocket to install. I was going to do that with you here, just to get this done. So again, I folded it at the quarter on these, and I did the slant cut for them just to fit. I didn't seem to have any problem with any of these other ones as I was going. I did make sure that I kept pushing it down to make sure it was stuck. They didn't seem to curl up as much like I've seen other vellum do, probably because they're bigger. Not like little tags or something. So that probably helped them doing that. Whoops. I did have this open last time. There we go. Give myself a little bit of... Okay, now we got it. Nice to have those lines there. It actually makes it a little easier to go straight. So as I went along, I would also double check to make sure I didn't tape down. Might be hard to see, but I did tape that corner down a little bit. But I was able to pop it open before it was stuck permanently. And then for the washi tape, I switched to a different one for these outside ones, some alphabet ones. And it was kind of easy because since the vellum sticks up a little bit, you can just... No, I jump off this time because I'm talking. You just need to follow the bottom of the pocket, and it goes pretty straight. And then all I did was rip a piece that was big enough to cover it. And I put it down, did a little shimmy to spread it out a little bit. And then squished it down. Ripped any excess off that I didn't need. And that's how I taped everything on the bottom. So that was pretty simple to do also. Probably the hardest part is getting that little piece of washi tape off my finger at the end here. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure that that hasn't popped up or stuck down. Make sure it gets popped up. Okay. All right, so and I also added a little bit of washi tape to just distinguish between my ruler spine and the paper. I thought it was a good match because it was kind of grungy. So I'll be able to fold it open. Got bigger pockets for some bigger things, and then be able to open and find my stuff. All right, so I am going to call this video done. I'm going to go ahead and put my washi tape on the bottom of those, fill them up, and as you well saw at the beginning of the video, you saw what it looked like all happy and done. At this time, I don't think I'm going to decorate the outside because like I said, I'm going to put the circles in here, see how much they fit, see if I'll keep it that way or if I'll change it to something else. But for right now, I think I'm just going to keep it what it looks like. I don't want it to be, you know, put flowers on there when there's no flowers on there, or decorate it with some circles if it doesn't stay circles just yet. So I might decorate it later in life, but for right now, I don't think I'm gonna decorate this. All right, well, thanks so much for watching the video, sticking on by. If you are enjoying what I'm creating, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like the videos. Got a lot more other ideas in my head coming up soon, and I'm hoping that you like to enjoy the ride. So thanks so much for stopping by, and again, have a wonderful and creative day.